7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes all out, great step, and then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm going to be talking about the NBA Summer League. Usually, I'm not a huge fan of the NBA Summer League when it comes to like hyping up these players. I'm a fan of watching it because I really enjoy like watching young talent. So I'm going to be talking about Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren had an amazing performance last night in Salt Lake City versus the Utah Jazz. But I'm going to be really putting into context. I know a lot of people are saying he's the next Porzingis, he's the next unicorn, and all that. And I'm not denying his talent at all. I think he's going to be a good player, but let's just pump the brakes a little bit. So the reason why I'm not really high into NBA Summer League, like yes, it's a great showcase to really show your skills out there in the NBA Summer League to show that you do belong versus some of the best talent in the world. So it's rare when there is established starters in the NBA Summer League that you're playing up against. Obviously, Chet Holmgren was not playing up against established starters because the Utah Jazz are more of a veteran team or they're just a win-now mode basketball team. So a lot of the guys you saw in that Utah Jazz Summer League roster do not get valuable minutes with the Utah Jazz. Well, the Thunder are a rare breed that you have a guy like Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren out there because they're an extremely young basketball team. Even though I think Josh Giddey's too good to be playing in the Summer League, that's just my opinion. Yes, he's a second-year player, but he's extremely talented. You just see his vision out there. He's ahead of the curve. It's absolutely insane. So there's different categories when it comes to these players in the NBA Summer League. There is the veterans. So there is still some players that you're like, damn, wait, he's in the NBA Summer League? Like Michael Beasley was in the NBA Summer League, was it last year, a couple of years ago, with the Portland Trailblazers. Obviously, a former top 3 pick was being compared to Carmelo Anthony. We understand the hype of Michael Beasley, but there's some players that were established starters or established bench players. They're getting older, and they get an opportunity in the Summer League because they want to stick around in the NBA. Then there's the lottery picks, obviously, that are trying to live up to expectations. They're still raw. They got to put it together and that type of thing. But obviously, you expect them to make an impact right away. So there's high expectations. We know they are talented. There's the year 2. There's the year 3 guys. Of course, like Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin was in there when it came to year 2. When it came to the NBA Summer League, they're not going to be this year because maybe they're not fully developed. Obviously, most of the time, you're not fully developed when you're in year 2 or year 3. There's still a much higher ceiling, but maybe the NBA team wants to see what you've been working on during the summer and how it's going to translate over to this exhibition game. So, and maybe another rare breeds like the Golden State Warriors or a win-now mode basketball team with Stephen Curry, Clay, Draymond, and all that. Even though Jordan Poole got valuable minutes, you saw Kuminga at times, but they didn't really need to play Kuminga a lot. They didn't really have to play a guy like James Wiseman a lot, a guy like Moses Moody, because they're so win now. So they're like, we have to give these guys opportunities to really show what they've worked on during the summer. So let's see their progression, if it's their handle, jump shot. So most of the time, it's not established starters. They may end up being future stars, but they're extremely young. They still need to prove themselves. Or there's the underdog guys, undrafted free agents coming from smaller schools, showing that they're capable of playing in the NBA and really locking up a roster spot. So when I'm watching Chet Holmgren, though, I gotta be fair. This guy looks like he doesn't belong in the Summer League when it comes to his skill set. I think a true test, though, I didn't think he got his true test. I really don't think he did. Obviously, the Thunder ended up killing the Jazz. They have more young talent. They're more young in general. That's one of the main reasons they had no choice but to play Giddey, or obviously they had a choice but to play Giddey, but most of their young roster, or most of their roster is actually on this Summer League team because they are that young. They had both of the Williams they drafted. They had Josh Giddey out there. They had Alexis Pokusevski. They had a guy, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. They just had Ousmane Dieng. They had tons of young players out there on the floor to really prove themselves and show their progression over the summer, while the Jazz are more win now, as of right now at least, with Donovan Mitchell. We know they moved on from Rudy Gobert, but they had Jared Butler that played from Baylor. He didn't play last year because of an injury. You had Taco Fall. He's not that skilled, but we know he's a notable name. You had Coffee Coburn from Illinois. He's pretty talented, but he's a rookie as well, a big body. So Chet Holmgren didn't really go up against like a mature, just played in the NBA as an established a role type of player. But the reason why I'm going this conversation or going this route is because they're going to be playing the Memphis Grizzlies next. There's going to be switchability there. that Chet Holmgren's going to have to defend Xavier Tillman. Xavier Tillman's going to have to defend Chet Holmgren. And the big thing with Chet Holmgren is how is he going to withstand an 82-game season? Like, he's not the strongest in the world. He definitely needs to put on the right weight, just not just weight though, but Tillman's a big guy, and he's gotten valuable minutes in the NBA. It's going to be his third year. He was disciplined coming out of Michigan State, so I think that's going to be a true test for him when it comes to Tillman's IQ, how strong he is. It might be a welcome to the NBA moment in the summer league. We'll see what goes on to happen, but Chet Holmgren absolutely impressed me. Again, it is just summer league. We have seen guys like Kevin Knox go off. I'm not comparing him to Kevin Knox, but like Kevin Knox has gone off. He didn't work out in a Knicks uniform, you could say. Signing Marcus Morris didn't help his confidence. Went to the Hawks. The Hawks didn't see a lot in him. Now he's on the Pistons. We've seen examples of guys that have played well in the summer league and just did not end up translating to the NBA. If it's the situation they went to, their skill set didn't really translate. Vanilla offenses they're learning, and yes, they're still going hard in the summer league, but it's just a different type of game. These are more exhibition games, but they're still going hard, no doubt about it. It's just not the official, real NBA physicality-wise, coaching-wise, like head coaching-wise, at least. But when I watch Chet Holmgren, his fluidity out there on the floor on the offensive side of the basketball is just so impressive. He hit 2 off-the-dribble threes, 1 over tackle fall. He had a fadeaway jumper. You shouldn't be moving that well. You shouldn't have that level of fluidity. You shouldn't have that handle at that size. It is extremely unique. His touch is unbelievable. He was extremely efficient in this basketball game. I'm not gonna lie, his shot mechanics, like off the dribble, like his shot mechanics are great off the dribble and just going right into a shooting motion and catch and shoot, but they're slower than I thought. But I guess it's a good thing that he's 7'1" and it's gonna be easier to really get that shot off. But his vision was really good as well. He has good feel for the game. I thought he was going to move a little faster. I thought his shot was going to be quicker, but you still see the skill. You see the handle. When he was blitzed, though, he got uncomfortable, turned the ball over. So teams are definitely going to try to be very physical with Chet Holmgren. But when it comes to his athleticism, when it came to his discipline on defense, I was really impressed. I don't think anyone talks about his body control on defense. Everyone just talks about, oh, he's a good shot blocker, but he knows when to play straight hands up fundamental defense. A couple of his, 2 out of his 3 fouls, 1 he got knocked off his spot due to not having the great amount of strength compared to the guy he was matching up against. In transition, he ended up blocking the shot afterwards, but it looked like he got a little too frustrated, fouled the guy. Another one wasn't really a foul. Maybe he hit a little bit of his wrist, but he was very frustrated after that. But what I love about Chet Holmgren is he's a gamer. He's a competitor. He wants to be great. You have to have that it factor quality if you're one of the top picks in the draft. And he has that. He has that cockiness. He has that edge to him. Just because he's skinny doesn't mean he's soft. Doesn't mean he's a Sean Bradley type of softness to his game. Like, his skill set is absolutely unbelievable. It really is. Just when I saw him block tackle fall, I was like, Jesus Christ, because tackle fall's freaking 7'5". So that just shows his wingspan. One guy fading away. When you fade away, you're trying to protect the ball and get a shot over someone. Doesn't matter. Long wingspan, covers so much ground. I'm blocking that. Thank you, sir. So when you take a look at his stat line, yes, he could have done a better job rebounding the ball, but Jeremiah Robinson-Earl did a pretty good job on the boards in 19 minutes. He had 10 rebounds. Credits to Jeremiah Robinson-Earl from Villanova. I believe he's a second-year player. So Chet Holmgren is extremely efficient. His plus minus was plus 26. He had 23 points on 7-9 shooting, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 6 blocks. That's a Salt Lake City record. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 of 6 from 3. Extremely efficient, extremely impressive. Feel for the game. Looked like he belonged, but I really do think that true test is going to be up against Xavier Tillman of the Memphis Grizzlies. But polarizing player. People either love him or they hate him. Get so much hate. I really don't understand it. But let me know down below your thoughts on Chet Holmgren. How high are you on him? And yeah, thank you guys so much for the great amount of support. Peace out, y'all.